Welcome back in, everybody, to the third and final game of the third and final series of the day. That last one, Moneymakers had it all but in the bag, I do believe, and then they just kind of lost a couple of fights, and all of a sudden they've let a 15, I think it got up to like a 17k net worth lead, and all three tier towers and breaking onto the racks, they let that go in one fight. They gave up an Aegis to the Medusa, and then we just way too, I guess, respectful or afraid to try and break the high ground and try and force out. I mean, they'd already forced out buybacks, but trying to force out like a high ground fight, and they just could not get themselves up to that high ground position. And NAVI Junior, they were able to turn it around. And NAVI, they're looking, I mean, good for them, because if we take a look at the table, just take a quick flick through, you know, they want to take this win. They want to go 4-1. And yeah, force through a, well, not tiebreakers, because they're going to be in a pole position, though. If they win this next game, Navi and Navi Junior will be 4 wins. The 1 loss from Navi Junior, only to Navi Senior. And then Team Sexy will be 3rd place. Moneymakers on a 2 and a 3 score. Storm, Cybercats, Matreshka, and Sibe then would all follow. And Navi Junior, they will put themselves in a good position then to get themselves into Division 1 alongside Navi Senior. And yeah, Moneymakers, they had a chance to spoil the party there in the second game. They threw it away. Looks like we might just be waiting on webcams or something. Yeah, just waiting on Igor and Bignum to turn on webcams while we get started with drafting. Moneymakers, maybe that lack of experience coming through from their side there, not knowing how to broach that higher ground problem. But yeah, Navi Junior being able to hold on, get themselves back into that one, take that second game, force it to a third game. It's just really well played from them. And we'll see just how this game number 3 is going to go, because I mean, game number 3, this is all for, you know, there's no second chances, no deciders to be played after it. It does all come down to this draft, so it's going to see the mettle of both teams, you know, how they take this mental into the third and final. Navi Junior, great recovery in that second game, again, just being able to hold on long enough where they were able to get that turnaround, flip the story on its head. And Moneymakers, it'll put them now, again, I wonder how the players are going to do with this one, because they were in complete control of that game before they threw it away. And do they have it in the bag to pull it out, to get themselves back into this one in the draft? As it looks like, again, Moneymakers just waiting for the players to get onto webcam. Okay. Yeah, they look ready. They're going to give it the go. And hopefully we'll be able to get ourselves into it. Both teams saying ready. Nope. Okay. I thought they were going to go further. Maybe just waiting against on webcams. So, yeah, in this third and final game, Navi, they've not looked, apart from that last couple of fights in the last game, they've not really looked like the stronger team, I don't think. I think Moneymakers, for the most part, in that second game, for a lot of that first game, looked like they were in control. It was just one good fight, one good opening for Navi Junior. So, I wonder how they're going to try and play around this one, whether they are going to try and seed the lanes here as we do get ourselves into the third game, whether it might be, again, Moneymakers winning those lanes and Navi Junior having to come back from a position of being behind to secure that one, or whether they feel confident enough here in this third and final game to, as we do get ourselves into the draft, like I say, to pick some winning lane heroes, to pick some comfortable heroes. And Medusa this time will be banned out by Navi Junior themselves. The Bite Rider comes out once again. Broodmother and the Techies here for Navi Junior. And the Moneymakers want to respond to this one.
Radiant team back.
Straight up Terrorblade. First phase Bite Rider Terrorblade coming out for Moneymakers. That is a bold pick. And what do Moneymakers want to be banning out now? So you've already got potential this offlane to come out for Navi Junior and the Brood and the Techies. So you want to be banning out mid laners, whether this is going to be the mid bat.
Team ban.
Yeah. As the Naga Siren going to be banned out here for Moneymakers. So maybe looking, yeah, the illusion here to pile on the pressure onto the Terrorblade. It does actually really good against the Terrorblade. The minus armor, being able to just rip through with the Riptide. Just kind of overwhelm the hero.
Team ban.
You're all Navi Junior. They take out the Spirit Breaker. Okay. So yeah, good charge potential to come through from this hero. Can group up well with the Bite Rider. If the Bite Rider gets a lasso off, the Spirit Breaker can charge across, back him up, do the damage with another strike with the extra lockdown as well.
5 seconds.
But what do Moneymakers want to be removing. Both
Dire
teams as well.
team banned.
Okay, so there wasn't a penalty to come through, and it will be the Phantom Lancer to be removed. Again, it's just these illusion heroes that can kind of gang up on the Terrorblade, just burn them down with the Diffuser Blade. Stopping from being able to get off any spells, get the Sunder off, and just burn them down.
10 seconds remaining.
And Navi Jr. now.
5 seconds remaining.
What is their pick? I mean, in the mid lane, we're seeing the Ember Spirit and the Storm Spirit
Radiant
still being really
team
popular. So the Undying going to be the ban. Okay. Yeah, Moneymakers. Are they just taking away these kind of carries that can deal with the Terrorblade, these illusion carries? That can deal with the TV, have a little bit of overwhelm if they get on top of him. So it looks like they take away the Nagasar and the Phantom Lancer. Is there another they might want to opt to take away? Maybe the Pounce coming through. I mean, if the slot comes out, you're always going to have the Shadow Dance, but the Sunder should outlast that. As long as you're in a good position. Maybe something like the Slardar. The Slardar is looking pretty popular. I can't say pretty popular, but he's a niche hero. He is being picked up a little bit more. So they ban out the Jug. Okay, Manta Style, yeah, does still pick up those illusions.
Dire team pick. Radiant
Navi Jr.,
team
what do they want to be removing? They ban out the Lich, go straight in for the Pugna here on Navi Jr. Is it going to be... Ooh, do they want to pick up that Storm Spirit? Is it going to be a block pick? Because you already have Moneymakers pick up the Batrider, so this could either be a block pick for them, where they pick up the Storm Spirit for the mid lane to take it away from Navi Jr.
5 seconds
We'll see.
remaining.
As Moneymakers, what's it going to be for them? They've got some reserve time. It depends really whether this is going to be the mid Batrider, or the off Batrider, or the support Batrider. So many places this hero plays. I would like to see another nerf to come out for him, because he just seems to be viable, just still all over the shop. And yeah, they do go for the block pick. So the Silencer to come out after the Storm Spirit pickup, blocking that one away from the side of Navi Jr. So yeah, Moneymakers, they call the bluff from Navi, because Navi Jr. may be saying, well, they probably won't pick up that Storm Spirit mid if they've got something else in mind. Maybe the Batrider, but Moneymakers, they do. Just straight up take it away from Navi Jr.
5 seconds remaining.
And Navi Jr., they ban out the Medusa themselves. So what else would you be looking at here? What really beats the Storm Spirit in the lane? Void Spirit doesn't do it anymore. Hell, didn't do it before the patch. Ember Spirit doesn't really do it. You could pick up a Doom. Put the... Pick up the Morphlin. Okay, so... Yeah, ban-wise, they were too focused on these Illusion heroes, the Juggernaut heroes, Navi Jr. They get this Morphlin out. Maybe the sack of the lane. Put the Broodmother in the mid.
10 seconds remaining.
And pick up a Doom for the side of Navi Jr.
5 seconds remaining.
You know, to come up against this Terrorblade. Later on in the game, you get the Doom off on the Storm Spirit. You lock that hero down. Kill him off before he's going to be able to zip-zap himself in and out. It does mean that you have to commit this Brood, though, to the mid lane. Hell, you could... I suppose you could put a mid lane... I know, you want to put it... You don't want to put a Morphlin up against a mid lane Storm Spirit. Or maybe something like a mid LC for the side of Navi Jr. Whether Richmond plays that or not. Though you have the Batrider lockdown already coming out on the side of Moneymakers.
Dire team ban.
So what have they done? The Puck.
Radiant team
Okay.
ban.
The big ones, the Puck, the Queen of Pain, the Templar Assassin. Yeah, we'll see just how you want to ban. They ban out the Enigma again. Again, you don't really see this hero being played all too often. I just don't think it's a bit of a waste of a ban in my eyes. But Navi Jr., they say, you know what, we don't want BB playing it.
Remaining.
The Beastmaster's already been banned out. You've got the Broodmother that's going to be pushing out lanes. But yeah, again, you're going to play what?
Dire
A mid
team
Enigma
ban.
when you've already got a Silencer picked up on the side of
Radiant
Moneymakers.
team pick.
Navi Jr. ban out the Doom themselves. I suppose not wanting to see the support bat. Yeah, Doom is really good up against the Morphling. So they don't want to take the chance of Moneymakers being able to pick it up before them. And they do ban it out.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
So what have you got
remaining.
left? If you're on the side of Navi Jr., a Queen of Pain to come up against the Storm Spirit in the lane. Meanwhile, Moneymakers, what do they want to go for? I mean, you could still go for that TA if you wanted to. On the side of Navi Jr., stick it mid up against the Storm. The Storm doesn't have a lot to get through it, but I suppose if that silencer does rotate in, he has the last word, the Arcane Curse to come out. That does go through the refraction charges a little bit quicker. Firefly there as well for Moneymakers. Yeah, it's a bit of a head scratcher. No. Navi Jr. probably, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Queen of Pain. But then, what else? Just maybe something like, again, the Sniper that can stay with the right clicks. Even if the Global Silence comes out, you're still going to be able to proc his right clicks, get those the damage off. They go for the Axe, though. Okay, so if the Morphling wants to be playing it low, in terms of the Strength Agimorph, you can get in there, do a little bit of damage, and then get the Cullen Blade off as the Axe. And Navi Jr., what is their final pick? They've got themselves a minute and 53 to think about this one. Again, mid laner to come out.
5 seconds remaining.
With the Axe now. Would you want to go for something... I mean, there's two potential jumps to come through from the Axe and the Storm Spirit. The Bat Rider probably gets a blink at some point as well. So Navi Jr. may be looking for something that's not really too fussed about being gone on. In the mid lane though, who is that really with a global silence that you have to contend with? Looking at the heroes, not super convinced, so it's going to be up to Navi Jr.'s imagination here. What do you want to run in this mid lane? So, taking a lot of reserve time to think. Do you maybe put the Morphling mid to make sure it dodges the Axe, and then go for something like, I don't know, like a Ricky? He's got the silence out, doesn't go through BKBs. A Chronosphere, maybe coming out of the Faceless Void wouldn't be too bad. I mean, Navi Jr., they're taking the time, they're thinking about this one. They're looking whether you want to line up these heroes. So 44 seconds left. How do they want to be placing this one? Do they want to be keeping the Morph as a carry? They go for the Dragon Knight. Okay. So, yeah, never really loses the lane as the DK. It is going to be Richmond on that and got the juice onto the Morphling here as well. So PMA on that offlane. I don't know. This offlane, Brood Mother could still be punished. But yeah, Richmond on the Dragon Knight, so never really loses the lane. Has a good jump potential on himself. Great stun potential, pushes down the lane in that Dragon form. Which might be something that Moneymakers are missing out on here, is when Lucas is out of that Metamorphosis form, they don't have a Sieger, they don't have a Building Taker. Meanwhile, Navi Jr., they will with the Dragon Knight now, and if got the juice, I wonder whose form he steals. Maybe they go towards that Terrorblade, so maybe forcing the Terrorblade to build a Lincoln Sphere here in this game. You know, delay that Skadi, maybe delay the BKB to come out. And once again, we find ourselves at the end of the day in the third game here on the board between these two teams of the third and final series of the day between Navi Jr. as well as Moneymakers. So which way is it going to fall here? I think Moneymakers, they've shown in both games they were a little bit of a stronger side, but in that second game, Navi Jr., they just broke Moneymakers and were able to take it. So the only way to find out how it's going to go is to see out the video from our sponsors and then get ourselves into the game. So here it is, our sponsors EGB, with a quick word before game number 3.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And we start with a pause. Some headset lag, Discord lag. Yeah, and we get the go now, finally. Yeah, Moneymakers, I think they've looked a lot more comfortable in this series. The fact that Navi Jr. were able to fight back, I think that was down to a Moneymaker. I keep harping on about this, I'm sorry about that. But I think it was down to a Moneymaker's mistake and not down to Navi Jr. being able to fight back because they got themselves a free rush. And all of a sudden, Moneymakers were hesitant then to try and force out the high ground. We are going to see a 5-man smoke coming through rotation here for the side of Moneymakers. Maybe trying to make a move toward the Morphin. The Morphin's just going to go straight onto the lane. So let's see. Yeah, Morph towards that tier 1 tower. The ward does go down. Maybe looking to make a move. If they pick up first blood here, did they go for the dragon tail on the Dragon Knight at level 1? They've not picked anything up on the Dragon Knight just yet.
30 seconds to
Axe remains on the high ground. Daze and PMA are away from this one. So is the Morphling.
Axe likes this very much.
But Moneymaker's maybe going to try and contest into the river here. Yeah, Juice moving himself forwards. Gonna be the Sea Raidie's moving up here. Axe will still be here though on the high ground. Does he back himself away? He looks like he does. He doesn't want to be trying to go in for the Nether Blast as well as the well, just the right clicks of the Morphling here. So it's still gonna be a 3-for-1 as Moneymaker's gonna be able to snipe the runes in the river. But it won't be all 4 here as Raidie's trying to run down BB. BB's gonna be taking a lot of damage here as well as that Battle Hunger. Not gonna be super effective against the level 1 against the Pugna. Yeah, Pugna's going to be fine. In fact, does more damage to the axe than the Pugna takes from the Battle Hunger. At that level 1 was missing out the Bat Rider to try and slow him down. Maybe the Flame Break to push him back. And we'll see how it's going to go. PMA once again, the Reflection's coming through here. Slayer's going to step up a bit of damage onto Daze, but in the mid lane, Storm Spirit and Dragon Knight going to be trading off. I really don't see this lane going either way. Probably a little bit more favored in terms of the Storm Spirit, but again, Richmond, once he gets a few points in the Dragon's Blood, should be fine and should be able to shrug off the damage that comes through from the Storm. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, it's not a bad lane for the Dragon Knight. I always say when he gets a couple of points into the Dragon's Blood, he should just be able to shrug off the damage here. The Storm Spirit, once he gets to level 6, maybe tries to force out some rotations and force Richmond to follow him in these rotations as well. So meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we're going to see a bit of pressure being put on. In fact, this is going to be the first blood here. Lucas, he's getting low. I spoke too soon. No blood grenade. No blast off for Daze. The Sticky Bomb won't connect. Well, I mean, it was close to the first blood. Lucas will pick up level 2 now. Underneath his tier 1 tower, he's regen. He's got himself the tangos. He's got himself that regen coming through from the tier 1 tower as well. Okay. I called it early. I thought that might have been, but there was no follow-up there from Daze. Wasn't able to get the kill. Meanwhile, actually this time Slayer, the blast off does come through and that will be the first blood. Daze picks it up in the bottom lane. And yeah, once Daze gets to level 2, Slayer was just way too far out of position. And now Lucas, he's popped that meta to try and get some last hits, but I mean, he still has to come up to these sticky bombs. And the tech, he's got one in the chamber. If he wants to throw it out on Lucas, trying to look for the last hits. The deny's coming through though. All of a sudden, this Terrorblade falling behind. In terms of last hits, 4-1 to PMA on the Broodmother. But Curse into a Reflection, so some damage coming through here. That's going to be the Metamorphosis being gone. So Lucas now back into that melee form at the wrath of Daze. Coming up to minute number 3 and his Lotus Orbs. Those sticky bombs. Top lane, Bignum. We'll see what they're going to do. Axe just trying to farm up the pole camps. He's got the level 2, so he's got that point in the counter helix now as well. Will be able to get something from this as well. The skeletons, the little skelly bobs being popped. That do actually get cleaned up by Riddies. Riddies is Nether Blast here. Mid lane, how's Richmond looking? Not doing too bad, but not doing too great either here. As Igor starting to double up his last hits in the lane up against this Dragon Knight. And again, the Dragon Knight I thought would have a comfortable time. What is he, level 4? 2 points of the Dragon's Blood, but the Storm Spirit still being able to clean up these creeps Getting a few denies out here as well. And the Dragon Knight just struggling a little bit in the mid lane. Blastoff comes through. Lucas, does he go downwards? That sticky bomb, the blood grenade coming through. And PMA will still be able to get the kill. Daze might go down here, though. Slayer has to be careful. Daze, he gets low, but he's down. Not out. Not out. He got so low on that tech. He's super, super low. Down to about 10 health. But the techies gets himself a tango. And yeah, we'll have that regen come through. A bracer queued up for the techies. Wouldn't be expecting anything else here. Ego's level 4. Ego's going to get pressured out. He's got no ball line to get himself away from this one. The Dragon Tail comes through, and he will be able to get the kill. Another ward with steal the job as well. And Richmond, well, that's one way of getting yourself back into it. Last hit's going the way of the Storm Spirit, but he's going to be dead for the next 12 seconds. And Richmond, he's not going to be able to fully catch up, but he's not going to be too far behind. You know, not slouching either in this lane. So yeah, all of a sudden the Dragon Knight with that kill. With the last hits, double braces coming through for him now as well. It's going to be the power treads to queue up for the Dragon Knight, and all of a sudden this Storm Spirit, he lost that momentum that he had in the lane over the Dragon Knight. Yeah, the Vortex comes through, but the Dragon Tail will be there for the stun, and Richmond just gives as good as he gets.
You deserve nothing.
Oh, what's that? Is that a... It's not a kill in every lane, is it? Nope, nope, nope. No, it's not. But it is 2 kills in the off lane here. PMA as well as the techies. Daze picking one up each. Lucas trying to push into this one. He's going to have a little bit harder time trying to farm out. It feels like in this game, top lane, the flame break, Bignum. No points to the sticky napalm, and he doesn't blast Riddy's back far enough with the flame break. Because again, Riddy's... He's just as fast as the Batrider, so even with a little bit of a knockback, if it's not right underneath the Batrider, not going to be able to get that kill. Riddy's even throws out the tip like, cool, I instantly purged that one off. Good job, bud. Richmond, where's that Dragon Tail? I'm not going to use it onto Igor. So what's the rotation from the techies coming through? But, yeah, the Dragon Tail into the blast off from the techies. Not going to be here. Storm Spirit, how is he looking in terms of net worth? Still top of the net worth, but the Morphlin having a really good time in this lane. And now the chase down. He might be able to get the kill into Daze. 3 heroes grouping up around this. They're going to leave it to the 2 supports. No. Ego comes in last second with the ball lightning. Does actually get the kill. Silences out. Yeah, level 3, no points in the glaives. I was actually seeing this again in the Southeast Asian region, like we were talking about with Very Freak. Level 2 glaives coming out for silencers, for SEA silencers. You don't need to go any further than that, you just get the casual point, but it does seem to be nice when you are getting involved in these pickoffs, because you start to build the intelligence early on, as Richmond, in that dragon form, even the rotation coming in from Riddy, so the Nether Blast as well as that dragon form, trying to do what they can to this tier 1 tower. It's going to do a decent amount here. The Dragon Knight's dragon form only about halfway through, so he's probably going to be able to chip down this tier 1 tower, and not a whole lot that Moneymakers can do to stop this one. While this is going on, PMA in the bottom lane, 2 points in the insatiable hunger, looking to just sustain through Slayer's harass, Lucas's damage. And yeah, all of a sudden, I mean, top lane, Axe trying to take advantage of the rotation from the sports, but even got the juice. Still looking for the farm here. That's a small flip.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And we'll see just how
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
they're going to try and play around in the lane, because it feels like Juice doesn't really get forced out of this lane here, even with the Axe being here. You know, he's going to be fine. He's just keeping the Agi as low as he possibly can. Without, I mean, the Axe does have that Cullen Blade now, but it's going to be so low on the threshold that you do need to get the jump. And if you start to run it though with the Morphin is just going to wait for himself away to safety. Meanwhile, Morph gets himself a healing Lotus now as well. In the river though, there might be a fight breaking out. Storm Spirit, does he want to try and make a dive? As Riddy's just placed himself on his side of the map. So I was thinking what sort of Storm Spirit is going to be able to get the dive now as well. Riddy's, what can he do? Do they have enough to keep him alive here? Pugner, not level 6, only level 5 just yet. And the back rider on the back lines, well, Richmond's going to see him. Bignum, only level 4. The blast off comes through. They get the kill onto the Storm Spirit. And now up onto the high ground. There's going to be the chase coming through from PMA. The Spiderlings comes through. The Centaur, the neutral Centaur gets involved. But Bignum, he will still go down. And Richmond gets himself a double kill. So the Dragon Knight coming through here, putting the pressure again onto this mid lane, and the Storm Spirit goes down once again. That's not a great trade-off here. Taking down the Pugna for the Storm Spirit. Yeah, Dragon Knight is going to be laughing his way all the way to the bank with that one. And it will be the quick blink for Richmond. So it looks like my answer is he does want to get involved, and now they're going to look for the axe. Do they have the vision on the axe? Well, you are going to see him pull these creeps. Daze, Sticky Bomb comes through. Slowing him down. Blood Grenade as well to slow him down extra hard. And BB's going to look for the TP away. Maybe in the trees was the Dragon Tail. Did they get the vision? Outblast have come through. They get the stun. They don't even need it. It's going to be the blast off. It stuns up BB mid TP. And now with another ward being dropped, it's just going to be Richmond. Even with the counter heal coming through, he gets another kill.
Be the last thing you see.
And all of a sudden, Navi Jr., they've turned it on in game number 3. 6-2. 2K, they've taken down the the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, tier 1 tower in the bot lane. They're putting Lucas under pressure as well on this Terrorblade. So yeah, it's looking good for them. Looking real good for them. Now Lucas being chased down by the Broodmother. There's going to be the rotation coming through from the Batrider as well as Igor. The Storm Spirit, they make this dive in. PMA, though, do they actually get the kill? PMA is just going to continue going. Big tanky boy. It's not even popped the Insatiable Hunger just yet. So PMA, does he want to come back into this one? He pops it now, trying to run down Bignum with the curse from the Silencer. PMA has to be so careful, but this is just buying time for the rest of the team. For the Morphin to find the farm, for the rotations to come through, with the Dragon Knight to find this Blink Dagger now as well. It'll be about 300 gold away from this one, Dragon Knight. Richmond, yeah, looking really good on this Dragon Knight. Morph. How's the Morphin looking? Okay, Children. Axe. Just having to use the call to farm at these ancient stacks. And BB still taking damage even through the Vanguard. So yeah, this Axe, he is not having a great time. Didn't get any kills. In fact, the one death. Coming through from the Dragon Knight when he was punished for being too far back towards the Dire base. But yeah, no kills in the lane, and that's why you pick this hero. Early on, you want early aggression coming out, you want quick dunks. And the Axe just has not been able to deliver. Storm at least has a kill and an assist on the board. Going towards a Witchblade here for him. But yeah, this could be the Dragon Knight coming through. Still doesn't have the blink. It is coming out on the courier now, but it's going to be too soon. Oh, excuse me, too late, as the Storm Spirit will be able to walk himself away. If it had had the blink there, potentially they go for the kill onto the Storm Spirit, but the Storm will just be able to just straight up walk himself away. Who do they want to reveal this Blink Dagger to?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Do they want to go on the Terrorblade here as Lucas being put under pressure? Net worth-wise, he's going to be about 1,000, 1,500 gold behind the Morphling. And it's not like he builds into a Battle Fury. It's not like he builds into... I mean, he's going to have illusions, but he's going towards that Dragonlance first top lane, though. They might have the dive onto the Morphin. Global Silence comes out. Can they get the Morph away? There's going to be the last of the lockdown. They do finally get the kill. And Zeus will fall. But now they know where these heroes are on the side of Moneymakers. Do they want to go there? They're looking to pressure out. They might even look for the kill. There was that jump in. Well, they might have to settle for Slayer here. Slayer, the pressure comes out. Dragon Knight, he doesn't have that dragon form. Will have the blast off to get the kill, and Daze secures it. And now they're even going to be able to put pressure onto this tier 2 tower, making the map so unsafe for the Terrorblade to farm up here. Richmond, he's got that dragon form coming up, what, in the next 9 seconds? Won't even need it for this tier 2 tower. The fortification will be used. But yeah, between the Broodmother and the Spiderlings, between the Dragon Knight and this Dragon Form, in fact, he is going to pop that Dragon Form. The Nether Blast, the Proxy Mine coming through. Navi Jr. have so much siege damage. Storm Spirit dives in, takes down the Spiderlings, but it won't slow down Richmond.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Daze, yeah, they're going to back themselves away. They do enough damage to this tier 2 tower that they don't have to overcommit. They could even maybe look towards BB. The blast off comes in. Was that Dragon Knight trying to close the gap? Sticky Bomb won't connect now. The blink fall, but Richmond, BB has a blink of his own. Will be able to just straight up leave. Yeah, the Dragon Knight wasn't close enough, but Techies had to go with the blast off because the Axe was cleaning off that camp. Would have been leaving sooner rather than later. As you go. How's he looking still? Wants that Witchblade bottom line. There's going to be the lasso coming through, but it's still going to be enough damage. One more right click. PMA. He didn't have the spawn spiderlings in time. He was so close. A little bit more attack speed there. And the Batrider goes down. Defensive lasso comes out. Wasn't able to get the kill onto the Broodmother. Maybe some spiderlings. But for the most part, Brood just keeping the pressure on this lane. Rod of Atos comes after the Brood now as well. That's going to be as good as the lasso here. As the Broodmother just going to be able to chase down, get right on top, and just chip away. Just eat away at the heroes that get locked down in the Atos. Might be able to go towards the Batrider now. Scouting him out. Yeah, it does see him. The Rod of Atos going to come through in the river. The chase down now as well. The spawn spiderlings bigging him. He's slowly, but not even surely, going to be able to get himself away from this one. Good kill coming through. And Moneymakers, they're going to be a Batrider short. As Navi Jr. look to just keep applying this pressure on the lanes. They might even be able to get the backstab onto the Axe. The Axe going to go for a blink of his own. The Dragonite won't connect onto this one. He's in the trees. He won't be able to get in range of the Dragon Tail now, but BB turns around, the Dragon Form comes out, and now the Dragon Tail will come through. Storm Spirit, though, this could have been a bait here. As he trying to get the kill, Daze will go down. The Dragonite, is he going to be close to following out? The jump comes through, but you've got everybody from the side of Navi Jr. trying to make a way over here. Even the Broodmother coming into this one as well, and now 3 heroes grouping up. The Nether Blast will be used. Global Silence comes through, but the Broodmother wants to chase the Rod of Atos to get the lockdown onto the Axe. Jump forward, Richmond, he's got that blink dagger. Once again, a lasso onto the Dragonite, but is it going to be enough? Even if they get cliffs off, they do. They have the damage to get the kill, and Lucas coming in here. Well, it looks like the side of Navi Jr., they're just going to start to go for the TPs away, and all of a sudden, this damage that they did have, it just evaporates. It's like they morph into a different lane. And now, well, he gets bashed up. Once he got through the twin gates here on Riddies and got the juice,
Dire's top tower is under
maybe
attack.
looking to take the tier 2 tower. How's the Morphling looking here? Going towards that Manta style, has the recipes for just waiting on his courier to pick up the ultimate orb from the side shop, and by the time the courier gets there, we'll have the gold for that. So, there it is, bought up and being flown out to the Morphling. Bottom lane. Jump in. Now the ward is down. Do they have enough damage? Was this a trap with the Rod of Atos coming through? They do not get the kill. The wait for him, though. Igor tries to walk himself away, and they do finally get the kill into the Storm Spirit. Now BB gets the chase down. Colin Blake comes out, gets the kill onto Riddies, but it's going to cost him his life. And with 4 heroes being down here on the side of Navi, 3 being dead, they take a tier 2 tower without any pressure. Richmond's even going to come through with the Dragon Form here on the bottom lane. Maybe looking towards with the catapult wave. Just buying time for the creep wave to catch up. Okay, not going to use the Dragon Form to put pressure onto the tier 3. Just continues to farm up here as Lucas, what's he want? The Manta Star flying out to him. Going to start on the Skadi. In fact, no, is that even the it's not. So, yeah, no, he just wants to Yasha into the Skadi here, not a Manta Style here for the Terrorblade.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He caught up a little bit, but it's still 1,000 gold behind, 1,100 gold behind the Morphling. As the DK, he wants that BKB. Going to be about 1,800 gold away here, Richmond, from being able to pick that one up. Lucas, how's it looking in terms of graphs? Win probability? Slightly in favor of Navi, 52 to 48. And you'd be silly. Imagine putting a decision on a margin like that, as the Batrider does get the TP away. But yeah, PMA, Richmond, they just continue to farm up here in the die side of the map. Richmond. PMA is leading this one down now as well. The Rod of Atos comes out onto the... Doesn't matter, the Batrider. No major aggression coming out. Speaking about major aggression, they're going to be able to make a move onto the techies, and the techies, he will be cleaned up. And this is kind of where, I mean, Moneymakers splitting the map a bit, pulling the attention away, and I don't think at the minute Navi Jr. have the heroes to respond to this mobility that comes out from the Batrider, from the Storm Spirit, from the, hell, even the Axe, with the blink in. And they just need to start some... I think Navi Jr., they need to look to put some overwhelming pressure, so force Moneymakers to fight on their terms, and not Moneymakers dictating the pace. Because at the minute, Moneymakers are getting themselves right back into this game, and that's not what Navi Jr. want. Dragonite, the BKB, still going to be about 1,300, 1,200 gold away from completing. We've got PMA. I don't know what he's working towards. He's got himself the Echo Saber, maybe a Harpoon. Igor, he's cleaning up some spiralings. He's got the Witchblade on the board, going towards his own Sanjin Kaya. And then the BKB2 follow-up. Axe. What's BB looking at? BKB. So it looks like BKB's across the board here for most of the course. Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider. We've already got the drums up now as well, but are they going to be able to get the jump? It looks like Slayer's going to go down here. Ego's going to try and go for the TP, but I think they don't. Rodovatus was down. He didn't have the overwhelming damage to get that kill, and the Storm Spirit will just be able to should have dive himself away from this one with a TP scroll. But BB, he might not be so lucky to go the other direction, though. The Axe, closer to the Radiant base, the Dive base, excuse me, will get that TP away. Bat Rider, might be a different story. Corrosive Breath, he's stunned up by the Dragon Tail. He's got a TP. But, Sec, fly you. Maybe just like an irritating fly in the practice room, something like that. Though, he should be with Shopify. He's not going to be in the practice room at the side of Navi. Or MoneyMakers, as it was the MoneyMakers pause. Sorry, that's a really bad joke, but still. Yeah, the Morphling, the Dragon Tail is going to wear off here. The Morphling's going to be able to waveform himself in. If the Bat Riders try to go for the TP, there's going to be the Adaptive Strike to come out. So Bignum, he's trying to pop the drums. He's going to go for it. Where's that waveform? Into it, close the gap. The Adaptive Strike comes out. Almost exactly how I predicted. It's like I can just see the future here. And Richmond gets the kill onto the Bat Rider.
Dire are scanning.
So DK, that will now be the gold for the BKB. Coming out after that Bat Rider kill. Really nice one. Timing-wise, 20 minutes in for the Richmond. He wants to go straight into the Ags. Probably going to be, what, another 5-10 minutes before he... It's not going to be 10 minutes. 5 minutes for the Dragon Knight to get that Ags out. And then maybe back into the Manta style for the DK. 3-man group up, though, from the side of MoneyMakers. What can he find? Nothing but spiders. Just enough to make you shiver. Lucas continues to farm up here on the Terrorblade, just out to the side of the map. Getting those ancient stacks out, getting the farm up, trying to catch up with the Morphling. I mean, the Morphling's only be about, what, 300 gold ahead now? And yeah, the Terrorblades... Does he want that Skadi or the Manta first? Because if he wants the Manta, he has the gold for it. But the Skadi's still going to be about another 600, 700 gold away. I'm just using the Conjure images to farm here. Ooh, they might find the jump out. They will be able to find the jump out into the silence. Axe on the back lines, looking to run himself away here. Did he actually have the vision? On the Axe, where's that blast off? They could look for it. Backlines TP. No! Rodovatos! Oh, it doesn't connect. The TP completes just a half a second before, but this will open up the Roshan pit here for the side of Navi Jr. And we'll see. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a free Roche, not really being contested. Yeah, so they get themselves the Aegis on the Morphling. The Morph, going to be going to the Ags, just straight up into the Ags after the Manta style. So wants to be stealing away the attack speed away from the Terrorblade in the middle of the fight, getting metamorphosis out of his own. And yeah, Morph, with this Aegis, the Axe might try and make a jump, but through the magic of Twin Gates, this could be a really nice trap here for the side of Navi Jr. The jump comes in, there's going to be the call. Do they have the damage? Do they have the regen coming through from that redrain? And now they go into the Axe, even with the Blade Mail coming through. BB, he is going to be taken down, taken care of. And well, a trap for who? Or whom? There's the Dragon Tail. They get the stone onto the Terrorblade. Terrorblade, Lucas is locked down. Global Silence comes out. Lucas, he's trying to run himself away from this one, but the Adaptive Strike connects here. Do they have the damage to get the kill? Where's that waveform? Chasing out Lucas. He has the move speed to get himself away. Storm Spirit Sunder onto Slayer, and Lucas is back to full health.
Radiant's top tower
but at what cost? Well, the cost of Slayer's life. And Navi Jr. 5k in control of this game here. 15 kills to 7. Do they want to move themselves in position to maybe put pressure onto this tier 2? Maybe even a Tormentor or two? Nope. Okay. Just going to carry on farming up here. The Morphling, he did steal the form of the Terrorblades.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How far away from me, gold-wise, is he? Ag Scepter up in 350 gold. Using the Conjure images that he stole away from the Terrorblade now as well. Yeah, they're going to go for this Tormentor here. Got the juice. Comes back through. They do the damage. They quickly take down this Tormentor. And it is going to be the Shard going the way of the Pugna. And that Ags for the Morphlin, he is this tower away from having the gold to it. And all of a sudden, this Morph for the Morph, it gets so deadly. But Lucas, you how much attack speed is it you steal? He already has that shard as well on the Morphlin. So 70 attack speed. How much does the Terrorblade have? 315. So you're taking what? Close to a fifth? No, over a fifth of his attack speed there. Plus you're stealing stats away anyway. So you're getting even more attack speed there, as it looks like the wraparound's coming here. They want to look for this one. They might be able to get the jump. The Storm Spirit's going to get the dive away. And yeah, the rest of the Moneymakers, they take that one as an early warning. Mid lane, how's Richmond looking on his own? He actually didn't go for his axe. Going to go back for a Manta style first here on the Dragon Knight. Sansa could be in trouble. I mean, the Pugna could be even more trouble. Slayer will be able to get that kill with the help of the Batrider, but that's going to be the Batrider's lasso. Just for a, what, position 5 Riddy's Pugna? I don't know, bro. I don't know if that's worth the trade, as this tier 3 tower looking to be pressured out by the Morphlin. Fortification will be forced out here, and it looks like Moneymaker's not going to come back for the defense. Dragon Knight with Dragon Form. Maybe stepping up with the protection now. They do get the dive. They're going to be able to get the stun. But the Glimmer Cape maybe saving Slayer's life now. It might not be so much for the Storm Spirit as they get the lockdown. The Vortex still goes. It's going to be the Global Sounds coming out. Richmond gets low. They do get the kill. The Storm is going to buy back though. And BB. They might be able to get the kill onto PMA. Daze Blast Off comes through onto Daze. Gets the stun onto 2 of them. And the TP away. They lose everybody but the Morphlin. But, I mean, they force out a buyback from the Storm Spirit. That's not going to be too awful. Yeah, okay, they lose 3-4 heroes. They still keep the Aegis, though. They lose 3. Trade it out for a Storm Spirit. That's not the worst in the world. Now the Global's down. Now the buyback comes out from the Storm Spirit. Win probability slightly back in favor still of Navi Jr., but it does swing. Those graphs swing right back in favor of Moneymakers. But still, I don't think
You're only making it worse.
it's that bad. I mean, you have this Aegis Warp for another 44 seconds. Okay, into the Satanic. He did lose the Pugna before that fight broke off. So the positioning wasn't great. And you were 4v5 as well. Maybe if it was a 5v5 fight, it goes a little bit differently. As we are going to see the group up coming through. Once again from the side of Navi Jr. Do they want to try and really force down? And it's going to be a shield rune in the river as well. They've taken all of the tier 2s on the outer side of the map. They do want to be looking towards these tier 3s. The Morphlin's still farming up though. That Satanic will be a big pickup for the Morph. No, Twingate gets used. Does he get the jump? He's going to see Bignum now as well. Bignum's to get himself away. He adapts to strike, the waveform coming through, and Bignum, he's looking for that TP away, but does he have the right-click damage? He's in the trees. He won't be spotted out. Well, Slayer won't be as lucky here. Drops the curse. But will still be cleaned up. Storm Spirit on the back lines. Just look for a safe place to TP out on the higher ground now as well. Going to be able to get a last little bit of farm out before he does go for the TP back to the base. The Wingates. Do they see the axe? BB? If it's going to be more than one hero going for the Twin Gate now as well. BB, if he gets locked down here, got the juice, he's got that attribute shift, got the Morph as well. They're going to see Morphlin coming through, so BB just runs himself the other direction.
Dire's middle tower.
Moneymakers are going to group up. Maybe wait. I mean, the Global Sansa will be back on the Sansa now as well. Is that the full Manta for the Dragon Knight? Did he change his mind again? Yeah, it looks like he changed his mind again. Going to go for the Ag Scepter first here on the DK. Getting close to that level 3 Dragon form, so we will have the Black Dragon up soon-ish. So doesn't want to go for that Manta style first, it looks like, actually. But now the group up from the side of Navi Jr. If they want to go for a smoke, they get this D-Ward. And yeah, the Dragon Knight going to be about 280, 290 gold away from finishing the full Ag Scepter. So I wonder if they wait for this one before Navi Jr. look to fight. But on the higher ground here, MoneyMakers, they're grouping up once again. They might be able to make something happen here. As the side of Navi Jr., they are splitting up. Dragon Knight doesn't have the gold just yet. Has to be careful. 140 gold away. So it does blink himself. Doesn't want to push too far out here. Riddies could be punished. Smoke breaks. Where's that blink forward? BB's not going to go for it. The Spiderling spotted out now as well. The last of the drive-by. They get the lockdown. It's going to be a global silence. Spotted just for a Techies. Techies down for 42 seconds. Do you want to go for more here now as well? The Broodmother. He spots Igor. PMA. Does he get himself through the trees? There's going to be the Orchid coming through here. Might be able to. Won't be able to get the kill onto the Storm Spirit. There's just an overwhelming amount of damage coming through from the side of MoneyMakers. And once again, Navi Jr. Well, they split themselves up. They put themselves in a bad position. Oh, the blink in. The blink away from the Dragon Knight. That is going to be the Ag Scepter up here. And Richmond just barely away. Will be able to pick himself up the Wisdom Rune. And going into the Hex. So not the Manta for the Dragon Knight here. Dragon Form's out. That's a level 3 Dragon Form. Thanks to that Ag Scepter to get the jump on onto Slayer. Did they have the reveal? Did they have that Sentry Ward down? And they're going to have the kill. Slayer down, 45 seconds. Global was already used, so he's kind of done his job. And by the time he's back alive, it will be... it's going to still be about 15 seconds away. So a little bit of an opening here for the side of Navi. And what can they do? Level 18 for the Dragon Knight now. So the next time he uses this Dragon Form, he's going to have that Black Dragon Form. Which gives him the flying move set, the flying vision, the flying movement. Roshan still be a minute and 47 seconds away. In fact, lads, it's going to be a daytime Rosh. So you're betting off setting up these techie mines around Twin Gate. Yeah, just wait it out. I mean, they're going to wait it out anyway, coming back this direction. Roshan, the big man, and it's going to be a minute and a half before he is back up. So it looks at Navi Jr. They want to hang around for this Aegis. They're going to give away some map space with the side of MoneyMakers, just to make sure they get this set up here for the Roshan. It was the Harpoon. The Broodmother as well. Back into the Manta style. Harpoon. Orchid. Rod of Aethys as well. Building up those stats. Building up a good couple of kill items there. The Harpoon into the Orchid. So smoke on smoke. Again, 57 seconds. How quickly can MoneyMakers get over here? And do they even take a favorable fight? As the Broodmother gets his Titan Sliver out. 45. The countdown is on. His proxy mine's going to start blowing up. But who gets to jump onto who? Well, we're going to find out now. So it's going to be the Bat Rider that gets locked down. The Orchid comes through. And now the Global Silence will follow through now as well. A lot of damage coming through on the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight, the Culling Blade to get the kill. Now this is DK down for the next 60 seconds. Techie's trying to get himself away from this one. There is going to be a couple of proxy mines being down. But they might still be able to get the kill now. The reverse drain coming through. Lucas takes down PMA. Well, just looking for the runaway now as well. BB, that BKB were off on the Axe. The Axe has to be careful. Even the neutrals getting involved here. Back lines, the jump comes in. They get the kill onto Riddies. 4 heroes down on the side of Navi Jr. Just... oh, the proxy man explodes. Ego not going to be able to farm it up, but 2 seconds away. Drops the Remnant, going to go for the TP. Looking for that reset. Oh, Roshan took a swing just as he was TPing himself out. So yeah. Roshan, he's been disturbed from his slumber. And I think this is a reverse of the last game where Navi Jr., they were looking fairly in control, but now MoneyMakers swing it back in their favor. They're going to be able to get themselves a Roshan. Maybe even take down a couple of tier 2s. And I think this is where, again, they have this Aegis. They're going to have the cheese as well. They really should look to use this to break high ground and not kind of like, oh, we're going to whittle it down, like force something out. You know, you have your... I'm pretty sure they have the buybacks. Yeah, no, they have a few buybacks. They have this Aegis now. They have the cheese. They've had some really good fights. Really great engagements from the Axe. They need to make something happen with this Aegis, I think. You know, the Global's back up. All of the ultimates are still here. So 4-man smoke here from the side of Navi Jr. They're going to look for a wrap. If they do get a wrap, they're going to find Slayer. Slayer is the furthest one out here. He comes in with a Glimmer Cape. Just Spidey senses tingling for Slayer. Backs himself
Dire's
away.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, going for a refresher on the silencer too. This is kind of what he's just been afforded. 3-7-13 on his team. He's got the Batrider that's, you know, he's got the gem, so the D-Wards can come out that way. Doesn't need to commit into the sentries, you know, burn the gold out like that, so he can just go into... I mean, the refresher is going to be a really big item for the silencer if it comes out. And if he gets it out without it being revealed, you know, getting off the double global for the first time in a fight is going to be absolutely deadly, and Navi Jr. might suffer just because of it. How are they looking? They got the Daedalus on the Terrorblade now as well, the Moonshard, which he can consume. The extra attack speed.
Top tower has fallen.
They're looking for, again, I think Moneymakers, they've got themselves an Aegis for the next 3 minutes.
Dire's top tower
They
is
don't
under
have,
attack.
when the Metamorphosis is down, they don't have the best build and breaking team, so it looks like they're looking for pickoffs more than they're looking for, like, towers. Like, high ground towers, excuse me.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But they are keeping the pressure on the map. Again, the Aegis is up for the next 2 minutes and 47 seconds. It is a really big opening to have.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So Lucas, he wants to come and pops that Metamorphosis for me. Yeah, the illusion's coming through. They do have the fortification on the side of Navi Jr. They will pop that now as well. You can see that PMA on the bottom line trying to push through with his Spylins, trying to trade off tier 3s, but he's going to have to TP back with the defense with the Dragon Knight now as well, coming back into this one. Well, it's going to be the stun up at the Terrorblade, the lasso. There's going to be a massive drag forwards on the... They've got the lockdown here onto the Dragon Knight. They get the kill, and the Dragon Knight has no buyback. They even get the kill onto the Pugna now. Lucas, Sunder comes through onto an illusion. Still holds onto that Aegis now, too. 2 minutes left on this one, and it looks like Moneymakers, no respect being shown here. Not afraid of getting themselves up. This Dragon Knight is dead for 56 seconds. What else can they get out of this? They have a tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, but not in the mid lane now. They might be able to go through. There's going to be the Lotus up onto the got the Juice. Juice, if you want to try and turn this one around. BB taking a lot of damage here with a refresh. Comes through, so there's going to be no Metamorphosis. Big blast off onto Lucas. Lucas, can he get himself away from this one? Once again, try and break the base, but do they get the cleanup here? Moneymakers, they are losing heroes. They do have the buybacks available, though. Big No trying to flap his way out of this one. No force staff for the next 9 seconds. Does have a TP scroll. Blink Dagger going to be available. Into the trees he goes. Into the TPs. Even the Storm should be able to get himself away from this one as well. Holding on to that TP. Just doing a little bit more farming. Okay. They get a range rack from that. Take down a tier 3 tower. It does cost them the axe as well as the Terrorblade and an Aegis. But that's what they need to do in the second game. If they hold on to the buybacks, and if they lose heroes, they lose heroes. But they get the damage out to break the base. And I think they learned the lesson here, this side of Moneymakers. And yeah, what's the silencer looking for? I know he's still looking, in fact, she changed his mind. It's going to be the Lotus Orb for Slayer and not the Refresher. But yeah, it looks like Navi, they want to go straight for that play they made in the second game, where they got to kill, they fight in their base, they look down to push down the base. Maybe you can just go straight tier 4, so they fought out the fortification. Morphin has that Satanic up now, dive in from the Storm Spirit, trying to clear up these creeps. The double catapults will still be there. You have the Morphin illusions to push in. So they get a tier 3 tower. Don't force out any buybacks though. DK into the Black Dragon form he goes. Actually going to go into a Lincoln Sphere here on Richmond. Yeah, so he sees that he's kind of the target for these lassos. No mobility to escape if he does get locked down and dragged back, so he wants that Lincoln Sphere up onto the Dragon Knight. Scratch that. Back into the Manta style. I mean, these Dota players, they change their minds some. The global is back up. If they make this jump here, Moneymakers. We'll see buyback wise. Who's not got one? PMA. Riddies. as well. I mean, Morphlin's going to be up 500 gold away from his buyback now as well. So, got the juice. Let's go for the waveform. They do get the catch onto PMA. The global stance will come through. Do they get the kill? They do. They take down the Broodmother. Broodmother, no buyback, down for the next 68 seconds. They're even going to be looking down to Richmond. Richmond, he is getting low. The drain comes out, but it looks like Lucas with the double kill might even be able to go for more now as well. They've got the lockdown. They have another call. They've got the kill into the Morphlin. The Morphlin, he didn't have the gold for the buyback. Daze tries to jump himself into this one, but they're losing 4. Do you have anything to break this TP on Riddies? Riddies, he's going to be the lone survivor here. As the base starts to crumble, the creeps, they take away this melee racks on the top lane, excuse me. And Moneymakers, surely, this is the opening where you push down the lanes. And you look to take away another, force out buybacks, take another couple of lanes of racks. You know, force out these buybacks. The metamorphosis will be wearing off. But that doesn't matter. You know, you're still going to be able to come in with the illusions. You know, the right-click damage coming through, the right-click attack speed from Lucas. Yeah, man. Break these buildings. 40 seconds before the Morphin's back up. There's no fortification if you want to go for this one here. So they save it for this lane of racks. Just go tier 4s. I mean, the tier 2 tower is still standing, but the creeps are going to be chipping away at it. And the Terrorblade illusions come in. They can go for Megas. So still no Morphlin for the next 20 seconds. Axe. He's going to be down for 10, so it looks like maybe this time they back themselves away. Terrorblade illusions just continuing to push this in. Doing a little bit to this tier 3. The Axe is back up now. Roshan, at least 44 seconds. So it's going to be a daytime Rosh. And it looks like they have the timer on this as well. Terrorblade going back towards the Butterfly.
Stupendous!
How is it looking? 16k. Well, I'm not having flashbacks to the last game because the last game they couldn't even break the high ground here. They've taken 2 sets of racks. They've got themselves a 16k net worth lead. Roshan up in at least 6 seconds. We'll see how quickly it's going to go, but it looks like Navi Jr. making that one last smoke, that one desperate attempt here to get the game back in their favor. 46 seconds. It is going to be a quick Roshan. Pugner, furthest one forwards here. Smoke might break. They've got the vision on the high ground. Glimcape comes up with a lasso. They get the jump in. They get the drive back here as well. The Pugner. 90 seconds. 4v5. So PMA is going to be TPing back. These Terrorblade illusions, again, just continuing to keep the lane pressure put onto this bottom lane. Do the even scouts out. They've got the Batrider around the Roche pit here. 11 seconds here before the big man's back in his pit. And that's an Axon Blessing as well. Which... Terrorblade, Daedalus, BKB, Scotty, Lincolns, Manta Style. This is probably where, if they find this Roche, which they will, he's back up, so they're going to check the pit. They're going to move themselves back, and I think this is where he consumes the Moon Shard, consumes the Ag's Blessing. Maybe gives the Aegis over to the Storm Spirit, actually. How are the buybacks looking? Neither of them have the gold for the buybacks. Okay, so we'll see which way this Aegis is going to fall. No, it's going to be Lucas that takes the Aegis, but the Ag's Blessing for the Storm Spirit. So one big jump in, and you're going to be able to vortex the entire team into a lockdown. Into maybe like an Axe Call or something. Well, Navi Jr., I hope they've been working on the positioning here. Because this is going to be a big one. So yeah, Terrorblade illusions once again. Creep equilibrium on the bottom lane being pushed towards the Dire base. Maybe just looking to get the farm up for the buyback here on the Terrorblade. Didn't consume the Moonshot, actually swaps out the BKB. So he wants the full benefit here of this Moonshard. Double damage rune in the river, just refreshed as well. Is he going to see it? He absolutely is. Surely there is no better sign here than this Terrorblade. Now he can... No, it actually swaps out the Moonshot to be able to bottle it up. Smoke out once again for Navi Jr. They're looking for a wraparound, but Moneymakers, they're in the middle of the map. Who's going to be able to get the high ground advantage? Water goes down. Smoke doesn't break. They feel safe moving up. Sowing Illusion. The drain comes out. They know roughly now. Moneymakers, they get a little bit of a early warning. Smoke breaks, and the Dragonite blinks himself away. Terrorblade pops the double damage rune. He wants to go. And we'll see just the Metamorphosis coming through with the double damage. Yeah, coming straight onto the tier 3s. Richmond, but the Lincolns get breaks on the Terrorblade back lines to get the jump here onto the Techies. Do they get the kill? Global Stance comes out. Techies, he was hexed up. He was killed off. The call from BB now as well. Going to be leading them like the Pied Piper into the doom on the side of Navi Jr. Well, maybe they're just not ready for the step up just yet here. Terrorblade, he is going to be get popped. That's an Aegis. Buyback comes through from the Broodmother now as well. BB's going to get low, but he gets the Cold out. They get the kill in onto Riddies. They're even going to be able to go. The Hex comes through. The Morphlin will fall, and it's going to be the Dragonite as well as PMA trying to stand their ground, but only the Dragonite left. I think they try their best, but this is going to be all she wrote here as the GG call comes out. Navi Jr. It was a clean retake of the second game, but Moneymakers in this one just did enough to close this game out. And yeah, Navi Junior's going to be now, well, their fate maybe not in their hands. They go 3-2. Moneymakers go 3-2, and Team Sexy will be in that second place at 3-1. So if Team Sexy win all of their matches, Navi Junior win all of their matches, and Moneymakers win all of their matches, which they probably might still need to play each other, so I'm not sure that's actually going to work out. But yeah, Team Sexy, they are in pole position to get that second promotion slot as Navi Junior fall down 3-2, and Navi Senior at the top with 4-0. So that is going to be it for the day. We go for all three series, the third game here in this final series as well, pushing it for as long as it will go. That's going to be it. We're going to be back tomorrow. I'll be on the first game, and then Hurry Freak will be on the second. So there's more Eastern European action to come. So again, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow. But for now, I am going to be saying goodbye, and thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow.